You may be thinking, Will, this is a bit too early to start talking about design trends, and I would have to agree with you. Normally at the end of a year, or recently at this year at the start of the year in January, I post about the design trends that are happening or that are going to happen, sort of like my predictions. Now, if you're a graphic designer or a creator, you'll know that graphic design trends are a huge part of understanding what other designers are going to be doing in the next year, like what massive businesses are going to be doing. But I want to ask this question to you guys, and I'm going to put it to you. I'm not going to give you my thoughts too much about this answer of a question, but the question is this: do design trends really matter? And the reason why I'm posting this video today and I'm saying this question is because I've been doing some research into what the design trends could be, and I do this quite a lot of the time. In fact, it's normally like this natural occurrence that happens where I just see trends happening from online. And my dirty little secret when it comes to knowing where design trends come from is through looking at technology and seeing the progress of it. Like, where is technology going? I then take that information and I put it in the form of design. So for instance, things like bold typographies, because things and technology are getting smaller. The Apple Watch and wearable technology has taken us by storm. So that means that we need to have typography that is readable on a small scale. So that influences the type styles that people are going to be using. When the mobile phone came out, people started doing app icon designs, and it's been evolving, and there's sort of like a formula of keeping things simple now. Now, the only thing I'm seeing in 2020 that's going to be massive for everyone, including like the general public, but not just people who are prosumers, but the general consumers, is AR and VR. So augmented reality and virtual reality. You've all heard of it, you've all seen it and seen what it can do. You've seen the videos from Google where they explain how they've got these programs that allow you to paint in thin air. I'm so wanting one of these goggles. I need to get some VR goggles. And because I'm seeing virtual reality being one of the highest and newest and most consumed technologies in the next year or the next 5 years, I can make a decision based on design trends. I can decide for myself and make a good prediction as to where it's going and how people and how design is going to sort of infiltrate the AR and VR market. And I wouldn't say AR or VR in themselves are graphic design trends, but the uses of what we could do inside of them will be a trend. User interface design and experience design is going to be huge within VR and AR. And that's because the way that we touch the technology, the actual input device is us now. It's literally our movement. So how do we have experiences where it's not just tapping on a screen, but where we can move windows and apps into different places on the screen however we want? This is going to be a new trend. Now stay with me. So the question I'm coming back to is this: do design trends actually matter anymore, or is it just something that we want to know so we know where we stand in the industry? You know, I've been posting these videos for ages saying, you know, design trends are going to be like, you know, bold typefaces and like crazy gradient colors and different color palettes, you know, and that can help you guys understand companies and where they're going, and it'll help keep you guys relevant. Augmented reality and virtual reality are going to take us by storm, and that is a huge part of design now. We see the Pokemon Go app, and we see so many different applications and VR goggles and headsets that are getting more and more updated over the years. So the only trends that I'm technically seeing at this moment in time when it comes to 2020 design is AR and VR. And when I start to see it this early, which is in like May, like the end of May, then that means it's going to take off by the end of the year. So 2020 design trends, I think the biggest one is going to be AR and VR communication. And you might be thinking, Will, why would it be AR and VR communication? Well, as you've seen, wearable technology is becoming more prevalent in our society. Everyone's got like a smartwatch where they can track their heart rate, and they can track, you know, they can do an ECG, and they can see how fit they are and see, you know, how much calories they've burnt. Well, design takes a huge trend in there. So people using these watches, the user interface of the watches are going to have a massive impact on the design trends because more and more people are going to be designing for these apps on these small devices. If you look at Google Glass and see how that works, I mean, I think it flopped. I haven't even done any research as to whether this is properly coming out, but we can be sure that companies are going to come up with other technologies like AR in glasses, like Google Glass, and that means that the way that we design changes. So what are the biggest design trends of 2020? We've gone through minimalism, but I think ultra minimalism is where we start to use crazy simple shapes. I also think that in typography, we're going to start seeing a lot more lowercase letter forms used in brands. Before it was like fully uppercase a couple years ago, and today it's kind of like, you know, the standard where it's the first letter is uppercase and the rest of them are lowercase. But I think in this next 2020 year, we're going to start to see all lowercase to show that casual feeling, because that's where people are coming from to a company. Does this really matter though? I have no idea. So I'm going to leave the ball in your court and let you guys decide on whether you think design trends mean something or not, because I think depending on the industry that you're in, the niche that you're in design, whether you're a logo designer or a user experience designer or a UI designer, I think they all mean different things. And I can't put a video out saying, you know, this is going to be a design trend, because I'm starting to see so many different things that are influenced by AR and VR. And the reason why it's so influential is because our mode of technology will no longer just be slate phones like this. One day, technology will be in our head or on our head. That would be crazy if it was in our head. So the design for the input information of our finger will no longer be necessary, but it will have another input method. I don't know if I'm making sense here. So a little recap on this video. I believe that AR and VR are going to change the way that we see trends in design. I also think that fully lowercase letter forms in a minimalistic design using black and white is going to be a huge part and a huge trend in 2020. We're also going to see a lot of monochrome, so palettes of grey, white and black, and something that I like to call super detail. But we don't know, because technology is moving at such a rate that no longer are we going to be viewing technology on a screen, but we'll be kind of like viewing it in our glasses or viewing it somewhere else. Pretty crazy. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please press that red subscribe button down below and turn on notifications so you never miss a video when I upload them. Also, let me know down below in the comments if you believe that design trends are actually going to change and whether they matter or not. Let's start a conversation going down here so we're all prepared. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. See you soon. Goodbye.